I think a lot of what drives Jose is like it drives a lot of folks who come from immigrant families. It's our immigrant families. It's our parents, our cousins, our siblings. I think that when you have seen kind of what that immigrant story is and the hardships that families face, and that you see your own personal story resonated with that, you want to help others kind of achieve what you came to this country to achieve, which is happiness, prosperity, a way of life where you can live in a dignified way. And so I think that Jose gets a lot of energy from that. And I think he's very proud of his role as a father and as a husband and being part of his own family and the energy he gets from that. And I'm always really delighted about hearing about his kids and how proud he is of his children, how they graduated from college, and then he has a little one, and making sure that he's present for her as well. I think that kind of keeps him going. And I think that keeps it going a lot of us who, feel the daily stress of running a not-for-profit and also heeding the call of supporting a community that for many challenges that it faces continues to persevere.
Jose's career is rooted in service, and through his leadership at La Casa Norte, he has helped advance critical work for young people and families experiencing homelessness, advocating for housing, stability, and dignity. Jose has built trust across communities and sectors and among leaders who know his work is always centered on the people.
I think Jose's personal experiences inform his why. Being the son of an immigrant who experienced housing insecurity from a very young age, Jose knows what it means to struggle and to overcome. His personal experiences shape his commitment to ensure that everyone has the tools, the resources, and the support to thrive. Jose leads from the knowledge that all people are whole and deserve to be loved and to be supported, and that knowledge drives his commitment to community to ensure that no one is left behind.
When I think about Jose's accomplishments, I can't help but think about his taking over the leadership of La Casa Norte 6 years ago, right before the pandemic. This is an organization that was founded by an incredible leader before him, Sol Flores, and it was one of those groups that it seemed like she might lead the organization forever because she was so good at that job. And how could you replace someone who had founded an organization and kind of created what was then one of the great Latino-led organizations combating homelessness? And then you had Jose step into that role and dealing with both the pandemic and really just a number of other challenges over the years has really transformed it into one of Chicago's premier not-for-profit organizations, and one that is recognized citywide and statewide by both elected officials, other not-for-profit leaders, and it's been really incredible to watch.
I think Jose is motivated by a sense of injustice or lack of representation of Latinos in the Chicagoland area. I think that he is greatly motivated by this need to make sure that Latinos are at the decision-making tables, talking truth to power, making sure that they are never an afterthought when it comes to decisions that are made that can influence policymaking in our local or state government. And I think that is something that he finds great importance in, is because he, like so many others, has observed the lack of representation, has been inspired to take action, but he is in a position to actually make sure that is always part of the conversation. I think that, it is something where you can't just kind of throw up your arms in the air and say, well, we don't have a lot of representation, or our vote is not being counted, or we're not getting our folks out to vote. You can't be nonchalant about that. You really have to have a vision of what you want to see and thinking about real tangible outcomes that we should aspire to. I also think that he's really motivated by really telling a fuller story of what the Latino electorate is, making sure that we understand that it is complex. But at the end of the day, we want what a lot of Americans want. And at the same time, we want respect for our own issues when it comes to immigration or bilingual education or dual language or issues of retaining our culture and having culturally specific approaches to community services. I think all of that is also of great importance to Jose.
When I think about Jose's legacy, it reminds me a lot of the mission statement of La Casa Norte. which is more than housing, hope. I think Jose's legacy is not just going to be programs, it's not just going to be the buildings that we've acquired as an organization, it's going to be the services, and it's going to be the way we've impacted individuals who've received those services at La Casa Norte. He instills this real possibility of hope in those individuals, that they can continue on and they can not just have that stability that housing provides for someone, but that they can continue on and improving their lives and make an impact in someone else's. And I think he's the kind of individual that treats his work and recognizes the impact that it makes, so that folks who may not ever meet Jose can somehow be touched by the work that he's doing.